How many countries are there in the world? When it comes to counting the number of countries in the world, there is no straightforward answer to this question. Depending on how one defines a country, the number can range from 197 to over 250, as some countries are recognized by some entities and not by others. This video will explore the various definitions of a country, and why the number of countries in the world is not set in stone. To start with, a country is a distinct political entity that is recognized as such by international law, and is populated by people who are citizens of the country. The United Nations, UN, formally recognizes 193 countries and 2 observer states. These countries are the official members of the UN. However, some of the countries that are not officially recognized by the UN are still considered to be countries by other international entities, such as the African Union and the European Union. This brings the total number of countries to 197. On the other hand, some countries are not recognized by any international entity, and are known as de facto states. These are countries that are self-governed, and have their own laws, institutions and borders, but have not been recognized as such by any other nations or international entities. Examples of de facto states include Somaliland, Abkhazia, and Nagorno-Karabakh. It is worth noting that there is a difference between a state and a country. A state is a political entity that has a government and is recognized by other states, while a country is a geographic area that is inhabited by a distinct population. The distinction between the two is a matter of political recognition, and not of geography. Finally, there is a difference between a country and a nation. A nation is a group of people who share a common identity, language, culture, and history, and who live in the same geographic area. A country is a political entity that is recognized as such by international law. All in all, it is impossible to give an exact number of countries in the world, as the definition of a country is a matter of political recognition. The United Nations recognizes 193 countries, but there are a number of other countries that are not recognized by the UN, but are still considered to be countries by some international entities. With all this in mind, the best answer to the question of how many countries are there in the world is that it depends on the definition of a country.